But you also said that the culprits for knee pain are almost always the same. So what did you mean by that? Like what are always the culprits for knee pain in your experience?
Well, first of all, pain is subjective,
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
If it's sharp versus ambient pain, achy pain, if there's been a trauma in the past, I mean, folks who have never done anything, and like complacent folks who haven't done much, sedentary, let's just say, I shouldn't say complacent, sedentary people who just hop off the couch one day, you're going to have knee pain, back pain, and so on. Body hasn't moved in any kind of way besides going, to and from work, going to your daily routines. Okay. Um, in a while. So it's different. The load is different. Neurologically speaking, the pathway is different. The brain's trying to tell the body to do certain things, and it's got to knock the rust off. Like that's how it goes. Um, if somebody's going to come to me with lower back pain, the first thing I'll ask is, what's their flexibility like? Are they sitting a ton? And it's not because I'm asking if they've been sitting because they're complacent, but I need to know if they're sitting, whether it's commuting in an office and then they get home and their home responsibilities are, such that they're not doing much, even if it's walking versus some kind of activity. All right, well then maybe we're looking at a situation where some of the low back muscles have begun to shut down or are just weak. You have overactivity in the hips because either being used too much or not enough. Runner's knee, jumper's knee, that kind of thing happens a ton when you just simply need to have some more hydration to keep that TFL hydrated. You need to get your fascial system loose with flexibility. The fascial system will sit down and choke the muscle for life and out of protection. That's why it hurts so much to get rolled out. And the shit's just sensitive as hell. Okay. When those guys knot up, imagine the fascial system like the wrapping around a sausage or something. Remember those uh, old school, like the Chicago bratwurst that have that like plastic, or that not plastic, but like that meat wrapping, like a fucking
Yep.
condom, basically sucking on them. Like imagine that shit, but it's Velcro. When it gets dehydrated, it gets sucked into the muscle and it gets really, really hard to break free. You have adhesions that can be broken up with clinical massage, Theragun sometimes, uh, but they need to be kneaded out, right?
Yeah.
So being able to, when people show up with a patellar tendon strap, okay, that will basically, when they show up and say, oh, I've got this knee pain and that is what makes them feel better. That tells me all I need to know. Like, okay, cool. We're hurting patellar tendonitis. Have you been running? No. Are you jumping? Usually if it's a runner or a jumper, that'll tell me like where that pain is coming from. Then I'll go for, like I said, to simplify that part of the conversation, my usual suspect for knees, let me pull it back in here. My usual suspect for knees would be about hip flexibility, hydration, the ability to control the body on a descent. If it hurts to go up and down the stairs, I'll go after whether or not, first of all, if there's ever been a trauma, right? And then anything after that is about, well, day to day, what are we looking at? And if it feels better to go up the stairs versus down the stairs, then I know
Mhm.
if the glutes are weak, if we're generally using quads before we're doing anything else, lifting anything below the waist,